Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at both charts. We see a bit of a pump today, Bitcoin leading the way here with 8.7% upside. So this is Bitcoin chart, Bitstamp, prices come from Bitstamp. My primary expectation here for everybody who's new on the channel is still that we get a sell-off into the yellow target area between 20 and 29k based on the Elliott Wave count, based on the 61.8% fib level, which is at 27.5k, and based on the 200-week moving average, which is around 20k, and the previous high of the last bull market here in 2017. So all of that is defining here this target area between 20 and 29k. We've been talking about this target area since November, been very accurate so far. We've come very close, and at the moment we're in a bit of a situation where it's all about, we've got two alternatives here. So the first main forecast of main expectation is still that we do that sell-off straight away. The other alternative would be that we break above 46.5k, could then go up all the way to 65k. So we've got some important levels to watch out for there: 55, 61, 65. And that here Bitcoin should get exhausted and will then turn around and go down here. So the thing is, if you break above 46.5k, that is this neckline of the head and shoulders, and there's also a Fibonacci level, a retracement level, which would much less likely that this here actually is a wave 4 as it's currently labeled. So above that 46.5k level we would have another wave count, and in that different wave count you would basically make it much more likely to get all the way up to 65k. But also in that scenario, we would end up here in this yellow target area. Yeah, we've got strategies for both scenarios. We talked about it. And Bitcoin is currently recovering a little bit, but is this sustainable or not? Bitcoin made it again above the 50-day moving average. We talked about yesterday that Bitcoin was still below this 50-day moving average. We talked about this important resistance level here at, we've got here 39.7k, and Bitcoin broke it. And that gave Bitcoin probably a little bit of an extra pump and volume, and Bitcoin is back at 41.6k. Now, is this sustainable or not? I can't tell you where we could theoretically go higher from here. Yeah, absolutely. On the other hand, look at what we did the last couple of times. We had these pumps here. One pump was here from around 36.8 all the way up to around 45. The other pump was from around 37 to around 45, and now we've got another pump here from around 37.7, could also go to 45. So I think maybe we're going to see the 45 now. Yeah, this could be another attempt to break this resistance level up here, and as I said, if we break that or that 44.5, then it gets more likely to get also to that 46.5k level. Yeah. What we need to see, however, is that on the 1 hour chart, for example, you're already overbought. You're already massively overbought after that little pump. Here, the last time we started at pretty much the same level. Yeah, this was here back on the 28th of February. And if I zoom in, the last time we did that, we were not that much overbought. Yeah, we are now already overbought, even though we are at a lower level. So you're basically now at the level where we were when we were at here at already at 44.5k. Yeah, so look, we were at an RSI on the 28th of February of 80. That's pretty much where we are now, but our price was 44.5k. So that did hold for a while then, but it was overbought, and we had a bearish divergence, and the price did go down again. I mean, now you're already at the same level on the RSI on the hourly here. The price can't really go up from here anymore without bringing down that RSI. I mean, maybe it can go up a little bit, and it can also hold that RSI for a while, but it now needs to consolidate. Yeah, so that could mean that either we get here a bit of sideways movement or the price goes down again. Just a bit worried. But just a bit like, you're already exhausted on the first meters in an uptrend, okay? Same thing here. We were overbought on the 1 hour chart. That was on the 15th of February, but also here we had a price already of 44.5k. So if you're now already exhausted at 41.5k, the thing is, how much more upside movement there really can be. Let's go to the 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart, not yet overbought, but we're getting close already. I mean, we're getting close already. We were here again on the 16th of February. We were at a similar level of the RSI, but the price was also at 44.5K. So, you know, it's just a bit, there's a risk we get overbought quickly. That's just what I want to communicate here, yeah. Which doesn't mean we couldn't go up higher, yeah, maybe in the next few days or weeks. On the daily, there is still more room for further upside. And you also see here on the MACD that you're reducing down this negative momentum quite significantly with that pump, actually. It comes out of the blue, really, that pump. And you could maybe see here a bullish crossover, yeah, today or tomorrow, if that is persistent. So now you see how this is developing, because still in this range in which we currently are, still both scenarios are possible. I mean, we took a look at this support level here, we talked about it, and this support level did hold, and therefore we probably have turned around here for now. But what we also talked about is that this could become a head and shoulders, and this is not off the table. This would still become a head and shoulders pattern here, yeah. And this could then be bearish and turn down, yeah, especially as we're already exhausted. But yesterday we also talked about, especially here on the weekly chart, the reduction of the negative momentum and the potential of this alternative scenario, which is still on the table above 46.5K. We talked about on the weekly and on the 4-day chart here, this bullish crossover. So by no means it has to go down straight away from here. It can develop this alternative scenario in which we break above 46.5K, and both scenarios are possible in my view until we break below 34.5K. Yeah? So this previous low, we still have the 33K low then, but 34.5K is a level below which it would get much more likely to go straight away down into that 29K target area. And so we are in sideways movement. We are in a range at the moment, and as long as we are in this range, really both scenarios are possible. Yeah, we have to understand that there's no reason to sort of speculate, because both scenarios are possible. It's just that my primary expectation remains the immediate sell-off until we really break that 46.5K level. Yeah, there's no reason just to switch between scenarios all the time. We have to stay with the primary scenario until it has been invalidated. Yeah, so that is Bitcoin. Looking at Cardano following Bitcoin a little bit, it did break back above this trend line. So we had also here on the Cardano chart this head and shoulders pattern, yeah, that was broken, was actually retested once, rejected, pushed very much down, and then tried to retest again. This time, probably with Bitcoin's help, the support level was broken, and what I'm looking out for now is another retest, yeah, that we could get a retest and retest that former resistance level here as support. That test would be at 83 cents roughly, yeah. And if we take a look here on the RSI, Cardano also a little bit overbought now, not that much, but Bitcoin is a bit higher on the 1 hour chart. But also here, Cardano is at the risk of already being exhausted after that little pump. And overall, Cardano has still done only a lower high. And by the way, Bitcoin also only did a lower high. So nothing really too crazy going on at the moment. No confirmation that we're changing the trend, even here on the 4 hour chart. Just, yeah, you can see it a lower high. There is more room, however, here on the 4 hour chart for Cardano to move higher, back in the bullish range above 50. So Bitcoin is much higher here with the 4 hour RSI. But yeah, I mean, what Cardano is doing is not convincing really. It's still making a lower high at the moment. And until we really break here above, yeah, probably even that swing high here at $1.01, $1.02, I would remain skeptical about Cardano's move. What it's doing here, this is still very weak, what's coming up here. And for me, it remains that primary expectation to get into the range between 30 cents and 55 cents, where Cardano can then sustainably turn around. And Bitcoin just needs to go into this target area as well, which doesn't mean that it couldn't have some sort of a short-term pump. But really, you can speculate what you want until we really break that 46.5K level, or at least 45.5K. There's no reason to really speculate, because in this range, anything is always possible, right? Anything, and there is volatility. We have currently a very volatile market, yeah, and it is very hard in the current environment to really say especially what happens in this up and down move here. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, that especially on the 4-day chart, go back to the 4-day chart, that you were here with Bitcoin in a very similar scenario with that bullish crossover on the MACD as you were back here in July 21. Yeah, where also you made a little bit of an all-time high move, but that was not a sustainable uptrend. This was just part of the correction, yeah, because we fell down quite strongly afterwards. So we could really have this alternative scenario go live, but again, until we break that resistance level, there's no reason to make that the primary expectation. Yeah, that's pretty much my view here on Bitcoin and Cardano. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.